been such a long time. I haven't got how to operate this thing. How's everybody doing today? Hopefully, everybody is doing well. Um, Let me see. Let me make sure. You know what? I'm gonna give myself a round of applause. Hold on. Once again, thank you all for coming through. Excuse me. Who had a little razzle dazzle. Thank you for coming in. I appreciate you being here. And welcome to another episode of A Space Podcast. Yeah. We're doing it like that. So we are I got a guest, well, not a guest, but a host here with me, holding it down. I know y'all probably missed him last week. I think was I out last week? I think I was out last week. I might have been out last week, man. My daughter be having softball games. You know, I gotta do my daddy thing, so I'll be over there doing that. So sometimes we're not here. But nevertheless, we he's back. And he's a fan favorite, might I add. You know what I'm saying? He's one of the top elites in here. Who am I talking about? Well, just hold your horses. We're gonna get to that in a second. All right. First, what I want to do is a little bit of house cleaning. All right. If you can, please hit the like button. They say it helps the algorithm. It helps gets us out there, right? As well as hit the sub button. If you're already here, most likely you already did hit the sub button. But if you're new to the channel, please hit that sub button. All right. So that way you know every time we go live when you hit that bell in the notification. All right. Also, oh, we got a donate ticker. My hat just seems like it's a little crooked right now. I don't know why. We got a ticker down at the bottom right there. It does have a cash app. If you would like to donate to the stream, feel free to. If not, just hit the like button and that'll be enough. You feel me? There is a little spinny wheel back there. I'm waiting to get a couple more people up in here, and then we're gonna start spinning that thing. All right, and giving out some things. All right. Like we used to do in the good old days. All right. So yeah, we get some more people in, we'll definitely start spinning that wheel. And what else we got going on? I think that's pretty much it. So what are we doing here today? We are covering, like we've been doing for the past couple of weeks, we're covering the way of the superior man. All right, bam, this right here, this is what we're talking about. All right. I've had some people ask me about getting the book, so I kind of point them in a direction, let them know the name, all that good stuff. If you would like to get the book, feel free to do so, as well as go through it with us. Right? I don't get everything right, so having a different perspective helps. So if you have something to add in there, please feel free to do so. All right. Or if you want to share your journey or testimony or whatever it is that you want to do, you can feel free to do so. All right. But yes, we're going over the way of the superior man. So what happened was I used to do podcasts about a couple of different topics. And we landed on one about pretty much men, women, relationships, so on and so forth. So I was like, man, something's not right here. Right. So I got a book and read it, and it pointed out some things, and I was like, okay, maybe I don't know everything, right? So maybe I was talking to a homie, and I was like, yo, just because you've been doing something the same way doesn't mean that it's correct. You've been doing it the same way for so long doesn't mean it's correct, right? So this is basically for me challenging the way that I believe, right? Or the way that I've was indoctrinated into believing, right? It's challenging some of those thoughts, right? So I like that. It gives you a different perspective. So that's where we're at right now. And it was like, man, work on self-help for men, right? So this is not where it's going to stop. This is only where it starts. And then we're going to go into other facet of manhood. So I just want to keep this going and see how it is. Hopefully I get some good feedback, man. Let me know what y'all think about it. If it's good, not good, y'all want to see something different, please let me know. But we definitely want to finish off this book first, and then we're going to start touching into other aspects of manhood and just, fatherhood, all of the stuff. I want to touch on all of it. All right. So bear with me on that one. But yeah, so it's the way of the superior man. We're going to be getting into that. We're going to be tapping in that. For those that have the book and want to follow along, we're doing chapters 14 and 15. All right. 14 and 15. That's where we're going to be reading from. So before I go any further, man, please, you wanted to know who the fantastic uh co-host is of the show, man. This guy was born and raised in the city of Chicago. He has traveled from the Midwest and down south to pursue his passion for big and small screen storytelling with a bachelor's of science degree from Full Sail University in digital cinematography. You can find him on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, and TikTok. All right. And right here on YouTube as well, under the handle DisRizEnt. All right. Um, Speaking of YouTube, he has several channels under the name DisRiz Entertainment, DisRiz BoonDocks Reviews, DisRiz Cinematic Reviews, and his cinematic gaming channel, DisRiz TV Media. All right. He also streams on Twitch under the handle at DisRiz as well. He has an extensive experience in production of a wide variety of films, including those for the real estate industry and music industry, documentaries, web series, commercials, feature films, and PSAs. You may check out his videos on YouTube under the handle DisRizEnt or visit his website at www.disriz.com for serious business inquiries. Go to www.DisRizEnt.com. And lastly, he got that merch, dog. All right. Please hit up his store. It's at www.DisRizEntMerch.com. I know a couple of people, including myself, who has gotten the merchandise, man, and it's lit. Is that what y'all say? The kids nowadays say lit is litty. All right, so make sure you go out and get you some. All right, please welcome none other than Mr. DisRiz himself, man. Welcome into the building, man. How goes it? How goes it?
Man, I'm cool. How about yourself, man?
Oh man, I'm better now that you here. I was alone a couple weeks ago, a week ago. I can't remember all my days and kind of ran together. I held it down. Don't get me wrong. I did my thistle. You know what I'm saying? But it's nice to have you back, man. Nobody can give that perspective quite like you. You know what I'm saying? So how's everything going so far?
Man, everything's good, man. Everything good. It's been a long time no see since Texas. You know.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yeah. No, yes, that's right. You was down. Yeah, so it had to been okay. Last week you was in Texas, right?
It was like the first week of April.
First week of April. It seemed like it was just
last week. I was at work. I was on 7 days.
Okay, man. Dang, it just seemed like it was just yesterday. You was sitting in the car. Getting it in,
chopping it up.
Yes, sir. So anyways, man, it's good to have you back. Now, what the hell are you not doing? You got so many things up under your belt, man. Is there anything that you're working on now?
I just been really focusing on the gaming channel, trying to get my views back up. I took a little hiatus at the beginning of the year, you know what I'm saying, just to try to come at a different angle. So just focusing on that, on the gaming tip, man, ain't nothing really popping like it used to be. You know what I'm saying? Like from 2018 when we graduated Full Sail into like recently, the games are like dropped off. Or you got Mortal Kombat that can't be played on YouTube type deal. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just trying to find a different scheme of maneuver to to get my money back up on this YouTube stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Man, I hear that. Well, because I know you got some games also coming out as well, right? Is there anything that people should be looking out for?
I did. I got a lot of hate for it. Hate. I did Suicide Squad. I did it. A lot of people frowned on it because it's by the same creators of the Arkham series games, all the Batmans, Arkham Knight especially was the last banger that came out. I want to say it was like 2015 or 2015, I think it came out. 2015 to 2013, I can't remember. But it was dope. It was ahead of its time. But Suicide Squad took it, took it a whole different level. And, They tried. They tried to mimic the Arkham Knight series, but
Yeah.
how you gonna kill the Justice League, man? You know what I'm saying? How you gonna kill them? You can't. You can't. You can't.
Yo, I hear that. I hear that, man.
You can't catch Flash. You can't beat Superman. You know what I'm saying? Come on, man. Come on.
That's a cold team, man. That's a
It
cold
is.
team they put together over there.
It is. It is.
What up? Says Jacquard Lee to Steve and only Steve. Oh, he's pulling a Shanti route. Okay. Okay. Wow. All right.
Oh, I got
Any,
Stellar Blade. Stellar Blade is dropping. I think it drops tomorrow. So I have more content on that. It's a lot of controversy about that joint too. I might have to do a review on it. I might have to do a review on it and do a review on Suicide Squad as well.
okay.
You know, just to give my little point of view in regards to it, you know. But Stellar Blade definitely. It's gonna be a lot of feminist journalists that's really talking bad about it, you know. But it will be played on my gaming channel. So it is what it is.
All right, there it is. There it is. All right, and if you can, please hit the like button as well. They say it helps the algorithm. I have no idea, but I appreciate it. Nevertheless, all right. Would you like to respond to anything that Jacquard Lee just said?
Oh, what up, Lee? Where you at? You supposed to be in here. Where you
Yeah,
at?
supposed to be.
I ain't yelling at me.
Okay.
I can't hear myself. Turn me up in my headphones. I can't
You
hear
know what
myself.
I'm saying? Way of the superior man. That's what we're gonna be going through so far. And checking out. All right, so we're gonna go ahead, get this thing going. Let me pull up all my stuff real quick, and we're gonna go ahead and roll right into this thing. I don't want to keep y'all too long. I know y'all got to get dinner and all that stuff if you're not already eating. Man, I just got finished cooking. Didn't even get a chance to taste anything. Had to come up here and get it going. So if you see a bead of sweat, it's still from the residual heat of the kitchen. that's doing this thing. Hey cousin. Oh, wait a minute. Hey cousin Steve and cousin Steve. Oh, yeah. See, that's what I was talking about when I said what I said. Interesting. Somebody's acting like a female. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and get this thing going. He need to be in here, learn the ways of the superior man instead of on there just hating you know what? I'm gonna let it go. Let it go. All right, so here we go. We're gonna go ahead and get right into this thing, man. There's quite a bit of things that I put in here because I figured it's gonna be just us. Last time I freaking breezed through all this a little too quick, so I'm gonna give us time to kind of marinate with it. But the chapter 14 starts off with don't get lost in task or duties. All right. So it says, whatever the specifics of a man's purpose, he must always refresh the transcendental element of his life through regular meditation and retreat. A man should never get lost in the detail of his life and forget that ultimately, um, and in truth, life amounts to nothing other than what is the deepest truth about the present or this present moment. A task don't get a man anywhere more conscience. I can't say this word, but it's like conscience or free than he is capable of being in this present moment. All right. I wanted to ask you, do you meditate?
It's been a while, but yeah, I used to. As a matter of fact, I was taught a breathing technique when I was in the military on how you can put yourself to sleep faster. My family think I'm crazy, but you know how I can go to sleep so fast. But you know, if I'm tired, hey, I'll use that meditating technique and I'll be out.
Yeah.
Hey, I'll be out like I leave before the lights go out. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah. Nick said you sweating because you went down some stairs. And I probably fell down some stairs. It's
Hey,
usually the extension that gets me going up the stairs that usually that punches me in the ribs. But yeah, not going down. That's easy breezy, man. I
Hey, Pino is
appreciate.
there. What's up too? I'm trying to find the doggone comments, but I can't. But I seen it pop up on my restream. So yeah,
Okay,
Pino is
yeah.
there.
If you
What's
see
up?
anything and you got anything to put out there, man, let me know.
Oh, he said, "What's up, good people?"
Oh, who's that?
Pinoy.
What up, Pinoy? In the building. What up, man? Yes, sir. Yes, sir. All right. So getting to the meat and potatoes of this thing, you have probably noticed yourself in a do mode. Okay. You are totally focused, intent on getting a task done. You don't want to be disturbed. If anyone tries to interrupt you with a question, you ignore them or give them a quicker answer so they can keep or so you can keep on task. This do mode is very common among men. Whether you are trying to hear something on TV or finish a report by midnight, your attention is focused on the task at hand, and you do not want to be distracted. True or false for you?
Very, very true. Like, man, at times, shoot, I be doing so much stuff, man. I be running into myself sometimes. You know what I'm saying? I hate being slowed down. I hate not hate is a strong word. I'm trying to get out of saying that in my elderly age. You know, I'm trying to speak with a little bit more wisdom. You know what I'm saying? But I dislike. That's a better term. On being distracted. Um, some things are a challenge when it comes to being distracted. Sometimes it's a reason that that situation might have happened or that stumbling block. It might have been just to slow you down, just so you can, sit back and get a grip on everything and recalibrate with whatever you're trying to accomplish. So sometimes it's a good thing to be distracted of things getting in your way. But I dislike being distracted for real.
Oh yeah.
Unless
Jakar
I'm
said,
on unless I'm on the game and and the house burning down, then hey, I need to be distracted. I need to get to that. But any other thing, I can't stand it.
yeah. Jakar Lee says the same thing. Basically, leave me the hell alone. Laugh out loud. Yeah, no, that's 100% me, dude. Like I will be so zoned into something that it's almost an irritation. When somebody's trying to pierce my bubble of concentration, it's like, yo, like you can't see I'm busy. Like, what are you doing? Like, just leave me the hell alone. Like Lee said. So I could definitely 100% resonate with that. The book goes on to say, this do mode is one of man's biggest strengths and weaknesses. It's great to be able to plow through obstructions and get the job done. And it is good to keep yourself disciplined and on purpose. But if you forget the larger purpose while pushing the small and endless task of daily life, then you have reduced yourself to a machine of Picyon, pick Picyon, which I looked up Picyon, uh,
You know?
because I had no idea what that meant.
I thought it was Pikachu.
Yeah, that part, which is petty and worthless. All right. So nobody wants to be a Picyon. All right. Um, yeah. Even now, as
Why he
you
just couldn't say distraction?
man, yeah, this guy hit me with some things on this one. You already know I be getting tongue tied and shit. Even now, as you read this, you may be in a do mode, totally absconded in the process of reading. If you were to die right now, what would be the feeling texture of your last moment? Uh, are you feeling the infinite mysteries of existence so that your last moment would be one of awe and ingratitude or awe and gratitude? Is your heart so wide open that your last moment would dissolve in perfect love? Or are you so absorbed in some task that you would hardly notice death upon you until the last instance? Whoosh, and everything is gone. Have you been that into something?
Man, I used to be like that. When my old man passed back in '06, it woke me up to a lot of things to change up, to step back and regroup. because my old man, he worked. Um, he worked. Anybody that know know the Gallimores, they know my dad was always at work. If he wasn't doing security, he was, you know what I'm saying, running the beat, whatever, you know. They didn't have to force him into retirement, but pretty much it came down to the point you about to lose your family if you don't go ahead and retire. You know what I'm saying? Like when I say work a job 32 years, like did the most and continued to work up and up until he couldn't work anymore. You know, it's sad, but in a sense, it paved a better way, you know, for my family growing up. But ultimately, I'm doing that right now, but I still pay attention to not fall into the trap or keep going and miss out on, you know, things in life, you know, because you know, traveling, you know, seeing family members, you know, kicking it with friends and stuff like that, you know, going on trips like Rum in the comments right now, you know, he was like, man, bro, you gotta take a cruise. You gotta take a cruise. You know what I'm saying? I told him if I wanted to take a cruise, I would have joined the Navy. I hate water like that. I don't want to be on no water like that and be stuck. But hey, it's you know, it's enjoyment of life. You know what I'm saying? Like I never thought I would have bungee jump back in '01. You know what I'm saying, in Cali. You know what I'm saying?
You
Never
did.
never thought I'd do it, but I did it.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? So just looking at things of that nature, like getting back and not regretting or going through a midlife crisis or anything like that, but putting my priorities first. You know, making sure I have the correct things in order. And I still got stuff to accomplish. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, if it's if the man upstairs come knocking on the door, I'm like, hold on, I got stuff to do. I gotta finish it up, bro. Give me a little bit more time, man, please. You know what I'm saying?
We over
Because
there looking at the ring like I ain't answering that. Mm-mm. Nope.
nope, 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 nope. I'm changing my number. You know what I'm saying? Like, so
Yeah.
I think I got a lot more in life to accomplish. You know what I'm saying? And it's just trying to put my priorities where they might like.
Okay. Okay. Well said. Well said. Yeah, I definitely yeah, being so zoned into something. I think because what I'm getting is the vibe of kind of I think I don't know if you said it or not, but stopping and smelling the roses. And not being so consumed with your task is what I'm getting here,
Yeah,
which is
something like
tough
that.
because as much as he talked about purpose, I wonder how much of that you know what I'm saying, like being so involved in that is it just tasks or does it apply to purpose as well? I'd be
Uh,
curious to
I,
know.
I think it applies to both. You know, just like he said that, you know, dedicating an hour of your time a day, you know, to perfect your craft or to better yourself, um, or better your business, whatever, you know. I think it falls in line with that, you know, taking time out to actually sit back and, you know, regroup, you know, like Cat Williams said, you can't game bang on bacon all the time. You can't game bang on breakfast, lunch, and dinner. You know what I'm saying? You got to step back and, you know, because you're going to stress yourself out. You're going to mess around and have a heart attack, you know, or a stroke or something like that. So you need to step back and actually regroup. And like you said, meditate.
Oh yeah, man. I tell you, time goes by quick, dog. It goes by quick, man. All right, we're gonna press on. It says, the test of your fullness in every moment is your capacity to die in free, in free and loving surrender, knowing you've done everything you could do while alive to give your gift and know the truth of being. Have you loved fully, or do you express feelings that would taint your last moment with regrets? Do you consistently relax into the awe of immense mystery, or are you so absorbed in your work and projects that you no longer feel the miracle of existence? Each moment emerging from and dissolving into the great unknowable. Has your task addiction built blinders that limit the vastness of your vision even now? So I think right now what he's speaking to, and correct me if I'm wrong, man. I think he's pretty much talking about enjoying life, right?
That's
Not
that's
getting
what Rum just said. Rum
too
just said
okay,
that.
not getting too bogged down by whatever task or whatever things that you've done to not notice and enjoy life. What do you think?
Oh, definitely, definitely. You have to enjoy it because you only get one. It's just like your parents. You know what I'm saying? Uh, you only get a mother and father. Enjoy them while they're here. Because
Yeah,
tomorrow is not promised. For anybody. So you definitely have to sit back and enjoy it.
yeah, most definitely. Did anybody else have anything to say, or did you want to read what Rum
Oh,
said?
no, he was just saying he was pretty much he liked to stay in his zone, and he was agreeing. Oh, Hector said, "What's up?" He said, "I think it depends on what people's perspective of life and death is." Yeah, I mean, I feel that. I feel that. But the thing is, though, uh, with life and death, hey, once you gone, you gone. So
Yeah.
it's like I really feel that you really should enjoy yourself to the fullest, and enjoy yourself to the fullest, and and live life, let it go. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man, and that's what this book definitely was seem to be harping on a lot of the times, even now, right? As far as getting on your purpose and getting on your grind and just um, living. You know what I mean? Really living at your edge, right? He talks about that all the time. Like what you that's base when you were jumping, bungee jumping, that's living at your edge right there, right? Literally living at the edge. So those are some of the instances that he talks about quite a bit in this book. So yeah, I think that that's 100%.
Oh yeah, my mother was like, "Boy, what was you thinking?" That was the first thing when I got off the plane. That was the first thing. It wasn't no hi, welcome home. No, what was you thinking? But it is what it is, man. It is what it is. I did it. I'm still here. I'm still ticking. I ain't
Yeah.
doing that shit again though. I'm too old for that.
Shit,
You know what
you was on
I'm
the back of choppers, dangling your feet and shit. What the hell? Task. Now, I kind of think it kind of gets into the tasks a little bit. So tasks are important, but no amount of duties add up to. Oh, let me first off say what up to Heck and what up to Rum, man. I want to
saying?
say
Squeed in here as well. Shaquita, she said hello.
what else? You Quade in the building. You know what I'm saying? Doing the thing. All right.
Yeah. And she was
Uh,
saying the first part sounds like my father. Yep. Uh,
okay.
yep. Definitely.
Yes, yes, yes. All right. Tasks are important, but no amount of duties add up to love, freedom, and for consciousness. You cannot do enough, nor can you do the right things so that you will finally feel complete. Doing is simply the nature of your bodily life. If you want the body to continue, you have to eat and breathe. You must work, care for your family, and brush your teeth. But these are the mechanics of life on earth. They never come to the absolute truth of your being. What do you think about that?
I agree with that. You know. Um um I mean, just having love and freedom, for your conscience, just knowing you and knowing what you like and what you dislike is important. Because if you don't have that concept, you'll run around be chasing your tail, or trying to be like everybody else instead of being yourself. So, I mean, that's what I take from that passage.
Yeah. Yeah, I see it that way as well, man. And I think that it's breaking down to just you don't want to be a robot, right? You don't think that these things are life in itself. They're part of life. There's things that you have to do in life, but there's so much more to your being, right? To the truth of you and who you are. So don't let these mundane things shadow um how important your life is. I think that is kind of leaning that way as well. It goes on further to say, let me make sure nobody said anything because I will keep.
Oh, Heck said the difference between relevant truth and absolute truth. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. I feel that.
All right. Basically, so this one, this is a. I don't. Did I read this already? Jacquard Lee. I agree with Steve and only Steve. I don't. I don't understand where this is coming from. I like the thrills of life, but since I got kids, I can't do no necessary. I can't do no necessary risk. Were you in school? I thought you was in. I thought he was.
No unnecessary risk.
Huh. Okay. I can't do no unnecessary risk. Okay, that
Hey,
just
hey, f them kids.
you know what I'm saying, man. It's like you over
Hey,
here talking.
because the thing is, like, I, mm, like with that right there. No, I'm joking about f the kids, but when you have kids, they take a lot from your life of things that you or plans that you might have had planned for. You get what I'm saying? So you got to learn how to balance that. That was one of the things that I had to do, especially having three girls. I had to balance my way of life, and tending my kids, making sure that they was raised the best way possible. But best believe anybody that know me, I still enjoy my life. Yeah, sometimes I probably took unnecessary risks, but I did enjoy my life, and I'm still here to talk about it.
Yeah, I definitely agree. Hey, but to this one, I kind of disagree with it, Lee. I think that you can um live your life because if that's your purpose or your drive, um then that's what you should do. I don't think it says anything about letting anything stop you or hold you back from your purpose and living at your edge. So I think it's possible to do. Because look, the thing is that we look at it as if we do X, then something bad could happen, right, and take us from our kids.
Let's
That's
go ABC instead of X. You do
but
X, you don't.
that's just life, though, right? Like, there's no guarantees to any of this shit, right? So, if that is really your drive and what you want to do, I say do it. You know what I'm saying? This guy went bungee jumping. And I know you personally, Lee, you went to goddamn some places that you shouldn't even been in. You know what I'm saying? So you know what I mean? Like, we've all, and I think it was probably during times where we had families.
That was before I had kids, though.
Dude,
Like,
no, it's
I mean,
not. You had kids and you were hanging out of a chopper. Am I
that was
lying?
different, though. That was different.
Nah, ain't no different.
That was
Ain't no
different.
different.
That
You
was
was
different.
hanging
Hey,
out of a chopper.
that was mission purpose. That was mission
Catching some crazy cinematic views, right? You were doing some crazy shit. So it's like we do those things, but if it's your purpose, then I say, man, yeah, make it happen. Skydiving isn't nobody. I'm like, come on, man, how many double negatives you gonna be putting up in here? God damn. Skydiving isn't nobody's purpose. God, we free now. Okay, we free. Um, so yeah.
Hey,
Russ,
Rom just said you can if you have the right people around you.
yeah.
And that's the thing, you know what I'm saying? Like, I believe, well, I feel that, when I was in 82nd, that was the best unit that I was in, my entire military career, but just having people to back you up, and to tell you, when you're wrong, or you shouldn't be doing that, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, to bring you back to reality, because sometimes we could get out our body, and want to act a fool, want to like my old man would have said, cut the rug, But sometimes you got to look on how important that is, or what what will it affect, or who will it affect if you do XYZ. You know what I'm saying? So having the right people around you to reel you back in, I think we had that discussion a couple podcasts ago, in regards to it, and being able to take that, criticism, especially from another male, to be like, man, bro, you know what I'm saying? No, I wouldn't do that, and let because sometimes you might think it's all good, but it could be the dumbest decision ever. You know what I'm saying? And now you got to live with that dumb decision, So
Well, that's one of the things that they talk about, right? Is that you still have to take responsibility of yourself and your choices. right? That's not, that's something that you still have to do. You're not obfuscated of consequences. So yeah, you'll definitely still have to take consequences of your choices. But if and we're not talking about, well, I'm not talking about like drug dealing and nothing like that, right? Or going to do drive-bys, something like that. I'm simply talking about if your purpose is to let's say, try to find better employment or something, right? Or to try a new project, or to whatever, right? Build a game up. Do that, right? And show, because I think, man, all right, we're going a little bit off script right now, all right? I'm just talking to Steve right now, but y'all here listening.
Oh,
If
we
you're
got
here
a script.
listening, yeah,
I didn't get a copy of that. Where that
well, you should have. It was called "The Way of the Superior Man." Hey, so,
Wait a
the
minute.
the community, the community, right, as some people like to say. Um, what do you think it would look like if there was a lot of people who um followed their purpose, who was always on their purpose, and always striving to be a superior man? What do you think that environment would look like? More importantly, what do you think the generation after that one looks like?
um, man, hey, that's deep. It's hard to
Yeah.
say. It's hard to say because if you were always on your purpose and not focusing on, you talking about not focusing on love and and your consciousness and all that other stuff, or what you talking about?
I'm speaking to the fact of, think of the men who are successful, who
Mm-hmm.
were on their purpose,
Mm-hmm.
and their purpose led them to something great.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think the lessons to their children are?
Oh, to stay on their purpose.
And
That's gonna be the ultimate. That's gonna be the law in the household. Stay on your purpose.
how, how far down in generations do that go? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
In the future, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's the
But
thing that,
the only thing I want to say with that though, with a person staying on their purpose and not focusing on the love and everything else, they might not have a lot of kids. It's a lot of doctors and lawyers and a lot of people that's getting a lot of money that don't have kids because they've been solely focused on their purpose and not giving that love or spreading their seed, so to speak, to and I think that could make us extinct in a sense if it was that, if people just focus on their sole purpose all the time instead of having that balance. You know what I'm saying?
generally speaking, at what age does a man lose his fertility?
uh
I
13.
mean,
Now 16, I give it 16,
a
16,
man
17.
loses his fertility. He's no
It-
longer able to
oh,
have children.
I'm sorry. I was thinking, I was thinking about virginity. What about six?
TMI, Steve. TMI.
60, 60, 65,
Um,
maybe. I
anybody
mean,
in the
if it's
comment
Doctor,
section wanna
Doctor Sebi is fucking 85. I don't know.
do exactly, right? So there's time. We have time, right? To do what we need to do, and and um and follow um our purpose, right? We can do those things. And a lot of people do have kids, and therefore their kids get to see them in their purpose. So I think, me personally, I think that it would be such a great thing to have um a lineage of people who's on their purpose, and the people to show them, right? Business owners, right? How many, to have a bit, because a lot of people do not like Dame Dash, but I remember him talking to, I think it was DJ Envy, and to the fact of, if I want to, I can give my kid a job where I work, or my company, right? I think that is something that's not taught a lot, and I think that and this kind of speaks to that because it speaks to um focusing, staying on your grind, and being able to, and it's giving us kind of the blueprint to not get too lost in certain things and overdo certain things and so on and so forth. But I do think that the principle of purpose, being on purpose, and the discipline, I think it's a great thing to help, down the line, man.
Yeah,
I really
no, I agree. I agree. But my thing is just if a person continues that purpose and wait till later, they have some old seeds, and it'll be hard to rear those old seeds. You know what I'm saying? Because they're so young. It's hard to keep up with them. That was one of the reasons why I started early. I didn't want to be like my grandmothers, having, waiting until they 50, having babies. You know what I'm saying? I didn't want that. That was one of the things that, that that I wanted to do different and have my kids young, you know. Because I seen how the young ones can act, not to call out any names, but you know, they, grandma couldn't hang with them. The older brothers and sisters had to reel them up, and sometimes they let them slide with stuff, or thought it was funny, until it became too late sometimes, So that was one of the things that I was worried about. That's why I tried to start younger than older.
No, I definitely agree with you, and I don't want to get lost in the because I think sometimes we go down the bad
Rabbit
part
hole.
of the scenario. You know what I'm saying? Because I think it's
Hmm.
a good part of the scenario too. I
Yeah,
think
yeah.
there's the good part of when you're young, you're youthful, and you're having kids, right? And then your kids get to grow up and see it as well, right? While you're still youthful. So I think that there's also that side of it as well, right? And I think that that could be very, very beneficial as well. Because I know a lot of people. I don't know too many people personally who had a first child late. I know a lot more that had them kind of youngish, right? But I think that's how it goes, man. I think that's a good way to do it. Because I'm with you. I wish I would have had mine earlier. You know what I'm saying? So I could be living how you living right now. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I think that could be a great way to be an example of discipline, of being on your purpose, and all these other things. Because I think a lot of times, we get kind of bogged down by the tasks, right, at hand, and we don't necessarily see the life going on around us. So I think or do we pursue our own purposes because of the tasks that we got hanging on our heads as well. So I think that he's right on as far as not getting too blinded by the task to understand the existence of your life and how important that is as well. To bring it back to what he's saying, um last thoughts on that, any?
Uh, no, no, I'm good.
No.
No,
All right, all right.
I see a lot of comments jumping over here though.
What, you want to read any?
Uh, okay, I'll start. I don't even know where the last comment was. I know I said Squeak was in here. Let me see. Heck, talking about graph facts. Difference between NCOs and sergeants. I feel that. Said y'all a trip. I have an answer to that. Rum said purpose is bullshit if no one understands your purpose. I agree with that. But I say you have to understand it first
Exactly.
to explain
Exactly.
to everybody else what your purpose is.
Yeah.
Let me see. He said, "Do
I was
you
going to
understand?"
say that as far as that purpose, Rome, I would definitely say the same thing that Steve said. I think that purpose is an internal thing.
Yeah.
It's not seeking any validation from anybody else, right? It's not, because if you are, then you probably gonna be doomed. Now there is a thing that we covered where it was talking about a council of men that are in a status of where you want to be or at. Um, kind of consulting with them if you think, okay, hey, should I do this? Should I do that or whatever? Um, but outside of that, yeah, it's all, I think it's mostly internal and what your deem of purpose is, because we could have different purposes. So I may think that's stupid as hell, right? But it's actually your purpose and your calling. So I would definitely say leave that to your internal.
Hey, are you dropping the link for anybody to join?
If you want me to, I can.
Yeah, I was just typing up something real quick on my side. because there's a lot of comments going on right now.
Uh-huh.
A lot of agreements. But if somebody wants to join, I just want to type something up so I have it set. You know what I'm saying? For
Okay. Yeah. Well, if they have anything that they want to talk about specifically, I'll drop the link here at the end, and anything that they want to go back to and talk about or touch on, we can do that. If they're cool with that. All right. So did you have any more to read?
that was it.
That was it. All right.
He said he agreed.
Okay. All right, we in there. All right. When you do your task in the
I'm
right
gonna drop
way.
it on my side. I'm gonna drop it on my side, so it's
Okay.
already out there. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. When you do your task in the right way, they liberate your life energy so that you can intend uh to what really matters. Okay. The investigation, realization, embodiment of true freedom. Do you ever know what this means? Have you devoted yourself to finding out the deepest truth of your own existence? If and this or in this very moment, your tasks, excuse me, are not supporting your life in this way, you must drop them or change them so that they do. Otherwise, you are wasting your life. All right. Uh, Goes on further to say to help you remember the triviality of your daily task, interrupt your schedule with refreshers. These refreshers should cut to your core and strip the fat of the moment. Consider your own death. Behold an image of the most enlightened being you know. Uh, con, contem-
Contemplate. Contemplate.
yeah, sorry, I lost the spot. Contemplate the mystery of existence. Relax into the deepest of and most profound living of which you are capable in your own way. Remember the infinity, and then remember or return to the task at hand. This way, you will never lose perspective and begin to think that life is a matter of task. You are not a drone, as we were talking about before. You are the unbound mystery of love. Um, post plus without forgetting I don't know. I think I messed up on that one. I don't know what that is. All right. So basically, what I was getting from this is shit, picture yourself dead. All right. And is this moment right here? Are you satisfied? Do you have any regrets? Is it worth it? Right. That's kind of what I was getting from it. And if not, then don't be so consumed by it. And I do think that definitely this is geared towards. I think it's geared towards men, but I think it could be felt for women as well, because we do get as people we'll often get so bogged in, especially with jobs and stuff like that, and what you gotta different type of aspects of work that just kind of takes a lot of your time and attention. I'm thinking that is a way to kind of put into perspective very shocking way, I think, but in a way to kind of shock your system and put things into perspective. What do you think, Steve?
No, I totally agree with that. Like man, like it's just pretty much just saying, just take a step back and look at your life and see if you complete. If you're, if you feel that you accomplish, majority of the things, because you're not going to accomplish everything. Because if you are progressive type of person, you're always trying to accomplish or setting another goal or setting another standard and trying to make that goal higher. To make it better. Or just trying to make it worse, whichever. But I totally agree with that. And just making sure that you're fulfilled and how everybody else perceives you as well. Like he was on point. He was doing his thing, and have stuff good to say, or they're gonna say, "Oh, that nigga wasn't shit," and and that's just what it is. That's the facts of life.
Yes, sir. I have to agree with that. Well said. Well said. All right, so we're gonna move on from chapter 14. And move on to chapter 15. All right. So chapter 15 says, stop hoping for your woman to get easier. Okay.
Uh-oh.
Whoa, yeah. Uh-oh. Dun, dun, dun. All right. So let's get into this thing. A woman often seems to test her man's capacity to remain unperturbed in his truth and purpose. She tests him to feel his freedom and depth of love, to know that he is trustable. Her tests may come in the form of complaining, challenging him, changing her mind, doubting him, distracting him, or even undermining his purpose in a subtle or not so subtle way. A man should never think his woman's testing is going to end and his life will get easier. Rather, he should appreciate that she does these things to feel his strength, integrity, and openness. Her desire is for his deepest truth and love. As he grows, so will her testing. Talk about it, Steve.
That's their job. That's what I seen to find out in the last 20, 21 years. That's their job to test you, on a daily. They ain't happy unless they testing you. I'm gonna just keep it like that. I'm gonna keep it a buck. Because the thing is, if she not testing you, oh nigga, you done fucked up. If something ain't right. It's something ain't right. She falling out of love. She falling out of something. You know what I'm saying? It's not with you. So I look at it as a gift and a curse, but um it is what it is. Hey, I got both of my headphones on, man. So I can't really hear if I'm yelling. Let me know, please. Let me know, because I had to turn myself down.
Nah, you seem good to me, man. You sound good to me. Uh yes. So a woman's gonna challenge you, which I kind of feel that. I think that that's kind of almost common knowledge at this point. Um, so yeah, I think he hit that one around the head as well as you in your explanation of that. So we're gonna go on. Every moment, love your life is either. I'm sorry, it's probably live your life. Every moment, live your life is either a test or a celebration. The same is true about every moment with your woman. Only doubtedly, what, damn, only something soul. Not only is her simple existence a test for you, but one of her deepest pleasures in intimacy is testing you. You're right, Steve. And then feeling you are not moved off course by her challenge. You want to talk to that?
I think I just said that.
Yeah.
I think I just said that. Yeah. And I did not read this. I'm gonna just be honest. I did not read. I did not read the script. I'm just saying. I'm just speaking on existence. I mean, not existence, experience. I said existence. Damn. Yeah, I've been
Yeah.
existing a long time, but yeah, experience.
Yes, I definitely um hey, thank you, Cedric, man. He said, you brothers have great content, much love and success to you. Thank you so much. I really do appreciate that.
Hey, that's Mr.
And
Low
Shakita
Boy.
said, so much to say, just working.
Hey,
I
that's
hear
Mr.
that.
Low Boy. That's the one I sent you video.
Okay,
Yeah.
all right,
Yeah, he
yeah.
doing big things.
Yes,
We need to
sir.
talk offline on that. Yeah, he doing big things. Shout out
Shout
to that.
out. Yes, sir. All right. Yeah, man. I think that testing feeling yes. So yeah, so they want to test you. They want to make sure that you're unmovable, man. Which I guess it makes sense. In a sense, it may not feel good to some people,
I mean,
including
because I
myself.
put it like this: when you get to the non-testing phase, or if she's losing that attraction for testing you, you're like roommates more than soulmates, if that makes
Mm,
sense.
okay.
You're more like roommates. You just passing in, one going out the door, one coming in the door. You're doing the normal, the basics just to keep the other one, to shut the fuck up. But ultimately, you're not happy, and one of them is looking for a way out. Who knows who? But somebody's looking for a way out, and eventually that way out gonna show face, and it's not gonna be pretty.
Yeah, yeah, I agree with that. Hold on, because I need to look this one up because think I think it's pronounced Shivia, which is the goddess associated with the power of reproduction and dissolution.
The
All right, so if you
Shiva is that Shiva?
Shiva, Shivia, something like that. All right, so the most erotic moment for a woman is feeling that you are Shivia, the divine masculine, unperturbable, totally loving, fully present, and all providing. She cannot move you because you already are what you are, with or without her. Oh, I like that one. She cannot scare you away because you already penetrate her in fearless love, providing her heart and body. She cannot distract you because your one pointed comment to truth will not bend in her wills. Um, Feeling this hugeness of love and freedom in you, she can trust you utterly and surrender her testing in celebration of love. Yes, I think this is a dance. Okay, so this is okay, people. This is we're gonna get to the nitty gritty on this because
Let's get to it. Let's get to it.
this is one of the pieces that this is one of the reasons why I want to do this, right? Was because there's codes to this. We don't know the codes. A lot of men don't know the codes. And there's some that do, but unconsciously, right? But there are certain codes to these things. And I really wanted men to be able to look within themselves and understand who they are in the masculine role and who females are in the feminine role, right? And so I really, really believe that this is one of those things that kind of helps bring to light some of these things right here. As far as the testing, the fact that she wants to test and see how strong you are, right? She wants to see how sturdy you are, and which makes sense. It kind of makes sense in a way, right? If you think about it. Um, when you put up a ladder, one of the first things you do is kind of step on the first couple of rows of steps, right? To make sure that what it's secure, it's going to hold, right? And so I feel like it's kind of like that of where it's are you safe? Am I safe around you? Can I be safe around you? Right? Are you strong enough to handle me? Because a lot of times I think that as men, we view some of these things as um we view them as combatants, right? They're the enemy, right? They ain't never on my side, right? We always bumping heads, we're always going against each other. Instead of possibly it's just a test, right? To make sure that you're unmovable, that you're strong. Um, in that, because I mean, if you think about it, a lot of the women tell you if you just listen to them, they'll talk about the overly nice guy, right? How they kind of just use him, right? Um, as opposed to somebody with standards, somebody with morals, somebody um with conviction, right? Somebody that stands on business. And how I think that's one of the things that really attract them to him because there's a sense of safety there. But I don't know. What do you think, man? Am I just going off the head? What's up? Are you muted, good sir?
I'm over here tweaking. Yeah, like yeah, I totally agree. I totally agree with you. That's another gift and a curse. Women can pick up on that. On that beta male real quick. You know, and know when to use them and when to throw them away. And lead them on. And it's sad, but it's true. But I think that's what it is. Like you just said, they want to test you, just to know that they can get comfortable, or being around you, and it's not just sexually, just knowing that you're their safe haven where, you know, like man, me and Boogaloo was talking about this the other night. Shout out Quentin Barnes. Um, like the main thing of a relationship, especially, you know, a marriage, is you're the male is that woman's bodyguard, that 24 hour, 7 days a week protector, 8 days a week sometimes. You know what I'm saying? Like, like, you know, and that's what you get paid to do. You know, her job is, you know, is to cook and clean, maintain the household. You know, and the male's job is to work and provide for that household, right? But in the fine lines, he's her bodyguard, makes her feel content, makes her feel safe, makes her feel protected. Same way as her father, you know, raised her. You know, when they get to that content phase, sometimes you know, it pisses me off to all high hell, like Big Mom would have said. But the thing is, in the back of my mind, you know, even though I'm upset about, you know, well, why you didn't do this or why you didn't do this, you know, because she felt that I was going to take care of it, you know. But if I'm making sense, you know, like the thing is, she's content with and she feels safe. She knows that I'm gonna take care of XYZ, if that makes sense, you know. And I think I think it's a gift and a curse, you know, because sometimes they test you at the wrong time, especially when you under pressure. They'll test you some more or saying, well, you shouldn't do that. We shouldn't get a 6 bedroom house. We should get a 3. Um,
Mm.
who's fuck gonna live there? Not me. You can get one, but I ain't. I want what I want, and that's what we gonna get. You know. Yeah, yeah. So we gonna leave it at that. You
Yeah,
know.
we all right, man. We gonna leave it right there. Said I said what I said. You know what I'm saying? Jaquita said, yes. Where is that guy? Exactly, right? Um, and she also says you all are on point. I appreciate that. Yes, yes. All right. So basically, he goes on in the book to say, look, man, he it's going to happen over and over and over and over again. It's just how it is, right? You're just going to be in that cycle of where it's a test, you know, and so on and so forth, right? So we're going to move on a little bit because it's going to give us like a little bit of example, right? And this would have definitely got me. It says perhaps if you haven't been working towards some or perhaps you have been working towards some financial goal and finally you have succeeded after months or years of efforts, you have creatively earned a large amount of money. You feel happy, feel successful, you feel great. You come home to your woman and want to share the news with her. So how do you think that conversation would go? It'd probably go a little bit something like this. I just made $1 million today. She'd probably say something like, that's nice. And you'll probably be like, that's nice. You know how hard I've been working for this? She'll probably say something like, I know. It feels like I haven't seen you in months. Did you remember to pick up the milk on the way home? And you'll probably say something like, oh, sorry, I forgot. But who cares? We could buy a dairy farm now. She'll probably say something like, you asked, or I asked you to pick up the milk 3 times this morning, and I put a note on your briefcase. How could you forget? And you'll probably say something like, I said I'm sorry. Look, I'll go get the damn milk. All right. That's my little acting scene right there. And scene. All right. That's actually
Uh,
in the book, y'all. So don't
that's
don't
the
think I
script. Oh, I was about to ask. Is that
no,
the
no, no.
script?
That's actually in the book. I was actually in the book. So I'm like, damn, that would have probably got me. So the book goes on to say, why is she being this way? Because she simply wants to deflate your success. No, that's not it. She is challenging you because your success doesn't mean shit to her. That's what the book says. Unless you are free and loving, all right? And if you are free and loving, nothing she says can collapse you. She wants to feel you are uncollapsible. She pokes you in your weak spot. That's tough too. That's a tough one. We're gonna talk about that one. No, we're not. No, we're not. Of course, she knows how much this moment of success means to you. This is precisely why she is nagging, or I'm sorry, negating it. Not because she wants to hurt you, but because she wants to feel Shiva. She wants to feel your strength. She wants to feel that your happiness is not dependent on her response. This is another one, nor on you making $1 million. She wants to feel you are a superior man. So this is another reason. This is another reason, fellas. This is for you. I'm talking to the men in the audience right now. Stop trying to please your woman. Stop looking for validation in your woman. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. Okay. That's what this test I feel is about, right? You're excited. You want to come home and you're looking for some type of validation from her. Stop doing that, man. Try to find and be your own validation. Okay. Um, it will do a world of difference in your relationship when you start being your own. Because I was talking to a friend earlier today about this, and he was talking about how, kind of like in the Superman, right? And then how women kind of want their men to be Supermen. Um, and in the sense where Superman was at his weakest, he would have to go where? He would normally go up to the sun or get the power from the sun, right? So that's essentially what we have to do, except for our sun is internal, right? We have to go to ourselves to gain our own strength. Okay. And we can probably go to our council of men if you have that. But if not, you have to go to yourself. You cannot be dependent on validation from women. You just cannot. It's not fair to them, number one. Um, and that's just not the way of a superior man. But before I go too deep, DisRiz, man, you got anything you want to put on that?
Hey, I totally agree with that, brother. Like in my household, hey, we got thick skin over here. Um, if you looking for sympathy, I always tell them look in the dictionary between shit and syphilis. You'll find it there because you ain't gonna get none over here. You know what I'm saying? So you gotta please yourself. You gotta, you know what I'm saying, you gotta know that you made that right move, especially being the head of the household, being a man and standing on business, so to speak, and continue to keep pushing forward because ain't nobody about to hold your hand. But best believe when she go to the coach store, oh yeah, she want that new coach bag. She gonna want that coach bag out that $1 million. You know what I'm saying? But that's when you get the small one and say, oh, you wasn't, you know what I'm saying? Like sometimes you got to play tit for tat, but then eventually get her the one that she won't, because let her know you need to be supportive. You need to support me in my run, and what I'm doing. But like I said, hey, I'm copywriting that. Look in the dictionary between shit and syphilis. That's the only way you're gonna find sympathy over here in the Gallimore household.
Don't know how we got here, but we are here. Steve always taking us somewhere. God damn, with dick cheese. God damn, we always going somewhere. All right, so let's proceed on with the what the book says. The book says it's a tall order to be this free. And in your more mediocre moments, you will wish your woman would settle for less. But if you are a man who is living his fullest, uh willing to pay his I guess his live his edge and grow through difficulty, then you will want her to test you. You may not like it, but you don't want her to settle for some bozo who depends on his woman's response to be happy. Okay? God damn it. They just said that. If
That's a
you
beta.
are
That's a beta. That's a beta. That's a beta.
beta. If you are aligned with your mission, you are essentially happy. Even though cycles between difficult, I started thinking about somebody, and you probably know who I'm thinking of. Even though time cycles between difficulties and easy, you don't need your woman stroke to fulfill your mission. It is it or I'm sorry, it still feels good when she strokes you, but you don't need mommy anymore. Telling you what a good boy you are. And your woman doesn't want to need, or I'm sorry, your woman doesn't want you to need mommy. In fact, it sickens her. It sickens her. Okay. Okay. It sickens her. Stop looking for validation. Um, anything you want to add on there, Steve?
Oh, I feel that 100%, 1,000% on that. I've been knocked off that pedestal since what, 03, 04. So shit, I know I'll never get back up there. But so I'm just standing on business. I'm just keep pushing. Because things, facts of life happen. Things in life happen. But I'm not about to let one situation ruin the rest of my life, or send me down a dark path. I'm gonna just keep going. So that was my life learned lesson. And that I just shared with all of social media. Yeah. Fuck that pedestal.
There it is. All right. So yeah, so I definitely agree, man. I think that um your woman doesn't want to be your mommy. Yeah, it feels good to hear good job. I know a lot of men probably out there that don't hear that. Good job. I'm proud of you. I appreciate you. I want you. I love you. Get it
What
out your head.
what about, dang, that's dope. I never thought of it like that. What about that? Like, who hears that
You're
on a
not
male
gonna hear it.
standpoint? You're not. You're
You're
not.
not gonna hear it.
But certain circumstances can bring that up. They might
Well, look, I'll
formulate it
say
in a different
this.
way,
I'll
but
say this.
it can
I
happen.
I think I'm not gonna say you're not gonna hear it, but you're not gonna hear it asking for it. If you're asking for it or thinking you deserve it and you're looking for it, you're not gonna get it. You can get it if you're just being who you are and who you're supposed to be. There, you'll probably have a higher chance in receiving it then, and it probably won't come soon. It'll probably be sometime later on down the road when maybe one day she decides to reflect and say, you know what? God damn, that's a good dude. Let me say thank you. Let me say I appreciate you, right? But don't go looking for it. You're not going to find it. Don't go requesting for it. You're not going to find it. I mean, I do think that you should have an open dialogue if you feel some type of way. But again, her job is not to validate you. So cut it out, right? You wipe your ass without somebody fucking throwing you a parade. You'll be okay. All right. Tough lesson to learn, but believe me. All right. So mommy mode is done. Stop looking for her to be your cheerleader, your mommy. It's just not going to happen. All right. 9 times out of 10, especially if you're looking for it. Matter of fact, the fact that she even thinks, oh man, she even thinks that you looking for mommy. It says in the book, it sickens her. It sickens her. Now, what's a weak woman? Okay, let's look at a weak woman real quick. And I think that yeah, let's look at a weak woman. If your woman is weak, she may settle for a weak man and therefore play into your need to feel like a good boy. But if she is a good woman, a strong woman, she won't tolerate your childish need for a pat on the head, collecting bigger toys, and being king of the mountain. A good woman will love the childlike part of you, but she wants your life to be guided by your deepest truth, not your unintended or untended childhood. I think I said that wrong. Untended childhood.
Unattended.
No, it's not unattended. It's untended. Um, hold on, give me a second. Not cared for or looked after, neglected childhood wounds. Okay, your childhood wounds. She wants to feel that you are, or feel that at your core you have grown beyond the need for kiddos and $1 million toys. She wants to feel your safe, guaranteed strength of truth. Um, touch on that.
Yeah, I totally agree. Um, um, Usually, like usually, well, I don't know. If a weak woman is weak, if a woman is weak, she may settle for a weak man. Yeah, yeah, I do like the way he worded that in the beginning of that passage. She may settle for a weak man if she's a weak woman, but that's 10. That ain't a woman is. I think most women are always looking for someone to lead. Regardless, they're looking for a man to lead them. Usually, not all the time. You know, but I believe that that she has settled for him. But like you said, in the previous statement, that that pat on the head, that shit gonna get old real quick. And she gonna go looking for a stronger man, to fulfill her needs.
Yeah. Yeah. Again, I think it's talking about what we talked about before, man. Unfortunately, and I had learned this a long time ago. Don't be telling these women your weakness. Don't be telling these women your little, near dear to your heart shit. Don't fucking do that shit. Because it clearly says that she will poke at your weak spot. And I don't think sometimes women, because women tend to be more flowing with their emotions. I don't think they quite understand how men operate and how we're not. So the fact that if we give you the underbelly and you stab that mug with a knife, we'll be more reluctant to probably to share anything. But that was a lesson that most men have to learn. I learned that at a young age, man, from my mama. She used to whoop my ass, and then she'll be on the phone with somebody talking about how she whooped my ass, and I'll be in there still, you know what I'm saying? Like, I hate you. Ain't gonna be laughing and shit about whooping my ass. Man, get the fuck out of here. So yes, that was don't love you, ma. Yeah, it's don't tell any type of secret. Oh man, she ain't gave away some of my secrets too. All for a chuckle, man. They'll give it away for a laugh, dog. Oh man. So you know what I'm saying? It was like moments in your life that before you understood what shit was and how shit ran and all that shit. Yeah, they'll throw you under the bus, man. So do not tell any ladies.
Been there, done that.
Man, tell me about it.
When them sisters get together, my mama give her sisters. Yeah, I'm about to send him back home on Greyhound by himself.
You know what I'm saying?
Mama, I'm 9. I'm 9.
With your dirty ass Ninja Turtle drones. Like, wait, that was one time. I had a cold. I thought it was a fart. It wasn't. Like, whew. So yeah, don't tell them shit. Trust me, guys, don't do it. Because I was actually talking to one of my homeboys. He was talking about a younger cat, and he was talking about how he was crying in front of his woman. It's like, dude, freaking. I think my wife probably only seen me cry one time, and it wasn't even like a boo-hoo cry. It was like one of them tears, you know what I'm saying, that dropped down, and that was only because I was at my grandma's funeral. You know what I'm saying? But outside of that, yeah, she ain't never seen me like boo-hoo crying. You know what I'm saying? Like that's just.
Hey, and shout out my auntie, man. My great aunt.
We got some great aunts out there.
You know what I'm saying? She was right there with me. You know what I'm saying? Like me and my brother was laughing, you know what I'm saying, talking stuff the whole funeral procession. And got to the graveyard. And when they played taps and they lowered the body, that's when I just lost it. Because that was like taps was my dad's favorite shit. Like he would hum that shit every night. When he like reveille, like you know what I'm saying, like going to bed and stuff. My dad would hum that shit all the time. So when the army, the color guard played that shit, and I was pissed. When later on, I know I'm getting off subject, but when I joined the army and I found out that shit was recorded in the trumpet, I was pissed. I was highly upset. They wasn't playing that shit official, but the band does. The band will. If it's a live band, they will. But the ones that come because they want to keep the same tune, everything, they have it pre-recorded stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? But when that hit me, man, I just broke down. I broke down. Like that was like damn. You know what I'm saying? So yeah.
I definitely I can feel you on that one. All right, so the book goes on to say that, and I think this is kind of what I was preaching a little bit. So she will test you. She might not be fully conscious of why she's doing it, but she will poke your weak spots, okay? Especially in moments of your superficial success in order to feel your strength. If you collapse, you've flunked the test. If you have let her, I'm sorry, you have let your woman deflate you, you have demonstrated your dependence on her external validation. Get that shit out of here. A weak man, I'm sorry, validation. If you just made $1 million, you are a weak man. So even if you made $1 million, if you were looking for her validation, and you're a weak man. Your woman cannot trust you fully. All right. So if you now it's going to give a little scenario, right? We had a little back and forth before. We're going to get into a little back and forth here. So if you remain full and strong, humorous and happy, you're true, unperturbed by her testing, then you pass the test. Okay, honey, I'll get you. Okay, so this is like after they had their conversation. She said, wait a minute, are you supposed to get that milk? He comes back and says, honey, I'll get you some milk. All right. You say as you sweep her off the ground and lay her on the couch, laughing, kissing, looking deeply into her eyes, and milking her happiness with the confident loving of your caress.
Hey, that's
All
how
right.
the last folk got here.
Yeah,
I don't do
exactly.
that. Nope,
Exactly.
nope, not nope, nope, nope,
But
nope.
you can see the difference in how he handled those, right? To like, God damn, I'm gonna get the damn milk. What the fuck, bitch? To just kind of sweeping her off her feet, kind of, probably gave her some little kisses or whatever, and made a connection, right? Humor. I think humor, fellas, man, listen to this. All right. Humor is big. All right, when it comes to diffusing situations with your woman. Okay. Because oftentimes especially if we feel that poke, oh man, we're in defense mode, right? We're trying to be analytical. None of that shit matters to them. It's all emotional, right? So what emotion do you want her to feel? Happiness, right? That's where you want to get to. So what do you need to do to get there? Sometimes humor helps. All right. So sharpen up on that. Figure out what gets her to tick. So that way it kind of diffuses the situation. Y'all move past because it's all moments, right? These are all moments. And one moment could collapse all that work that you built up in the relationship. So instead of letting that moment erode what you guys have, use it as a moment to strengthen it and move past it. All right. Um, anything you want to add on there, Steve?
Um, Man, I had something too. I can't remember right now, but I can't remember. Um, I can't remember, but yeah, I totally agree with you. You know what I'm saying? Keeping it cool, calm, and collective in a situation like that. That's always the best. Because eventually she gonna reap the benefits of it. And she's gonna be able. She's gonna be appreciative eventually. Some It depends on if you're a weak man or not. Some not. They're just gonna try to get the bag. You know what I'm saying? They still making you pay for sex every night. But but I totally agree with you in regards to that. I know it'll come back to me eventually.
All right, man. Yeah, when it does, just let me know. Shanti says, stay telling your business. Tell me that ain't no damn. He must have the same mom I got. This is okay, gentlemen. Listen up carefully. This is another importance right here. Okay. This is the kind of man your woman can trust. All right. Now, the moment is a moment of celebration. Now she can relax and truly join in your jubilation, knowing you are not dependent on her. Praise for your happiness. Okay. It will last perhaps 10 minutes. Then she will test you again. Remember that, fellas. Another thing, I don't know where I heard it from, but you don't get any credits. There's no rollovers. All right. They will never come back and say, hey, remember when you did that great thing? I just want to show you some appreciation. No, you're forever getting tested. Okay. Good job. Great. Now let's keep it moving. She's going to test you again. So this is just in their nature. All right. You have the playbook. Now it's on you, or the cheat book. It's now the cheat sheet. Now it's on you if you use the cheat sheet or not. You can't be mad at anybody but yourself if you fail and you have the cheat sheet. Steve, got anything to put on that, man? Put some mustard, some ketchup, something.
I totally agree with you. I'm over here beating myself up trying to figure out what the hell I was about to say fucking 5 minutes ago. I know it was in regards to uh getting some type of kudos or whatever in regards to something, but I learned that a long time ago, man. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. Sometimes I won't even say accomplishments. I really won't. I won't talk about me. You know, my first thing, the way I like try to twist the subject or whatever we're talking about. How was your day? You know what I'm saying? Or what happened at work? And next thing you know, the whole subject can change. Not to call it bipolar or nothing like that, but like the situation, it can change the mood. And then it shows that caringness, so to speak, versus it's all about me.
Yes, man. And that's one of the things that I had to learn is not to take it so serious. Because it's just a ball of emotions that jump from here to there. You know what I'm saying? The moment you grab it over here and try to keep it here, it gets chaotic, right? But just let it flow. Let it go. Don't take it so personal. Um, and I think that bit of information could be very vital to some people's relationship. It never ends. A woman will always test her man for the pleasure of feeling his strength and loving his capacity to transcend nonsense, nuisance, his resistance in his own truth, his capacity to share that truth in love with her, even when she is complaining, especially when she is complaining. All right. Our complaint is the beginning of her pleasure. It is not true criticism, but a test of your Shivia hood. The criticism is entirely dissolved in love. As soon as she feels your humor and happiness in the midst of the poke. All right. So then she'll light up on you. Basically, it says again, it ain't never gonna change. All right. Again, it goes on to say it never ends. If you haven't got it the last couple of times he said it. This is the secret. You can't get out of it. Finding a different woman won't get you out of it. Therapy will not get you out of it either. Financial and sexual mastery won't get you out of it. Your woman is testing you because she loves you. She wants to feel your truth. She wants to feel your love. She wants to feel um, that your truth and love are stronger than the barbs she can throw at you. Then she can relax and surrender into the polarity of man and woman. Then she can trust you. You want to put anything on that?
Nah, I totally agree with that.
Okay.
I totally agree with that. Ultimately, she's always gonna, she's definitely gonna test you. All the time. You know, all the time. Sometimes is in regards to in her benefit. For her to accomplish something, and sometimes it's just to see how far you would go, how far you have been. So she's gonna constantly do that. But you just need to learn how to balance it and know when to step up and be like, man, I can't do that. Well, that's not about to happen because I got XYZ. And it is what it is. So you need to figure it out. So you just have to be bold. Sometimes. Most of the time, really. Because they all, like you said, they always test you, and you being too much, they're gonna try to run over you eventually. You know, and put you in a bad way.
Yeah, 100%, man. I definitely agree. That is was the end of the show right there. And actually, not the end of the show. If somebody wants to come in, I know you had dropped the link or whatever. I don't know if anybody wants to come in and chop it up about what we went over or anything like that. You can. uh,
Hey,
uh, what's up?
no, you got two more paragraphs.
Yeah, I was gonna let it. I was gonna let it fly.
Okay, all
Yeah,
right.
yeah. But yeah. Well, let me thank the people real quick. Everybody that came through on the comment section, man. Thank you guys for coming through. Everybody that hit the like button, thank you again. They say it helps the algorithm, which means you're helping me. So I definitely do appreciate it. Let me make sure nobody hit the cash app because I am bad on that. I'll go back and be like, man, somebody did it. I gotta go next week, say something. So but I want to thank everybody for doing for coming through, showing some love for all the comments, man. And kind of, really encouragement is what I would say, because sometimes I'm like, you know what, this isn't as salacious as some of the other stuff that we were doing before. And so sometimes I'm like, man, should I just drop it and go, go back to that type of thing? But just based off of your you guys' input, man, I think that I'm going in the right direction with it. I definitely want to finish it out and get, hear from you guys and know, okay, hey, is it something that's beneficial or not? I feel like it is. And it may be just based off of where you're at in life as well. But I think that the information is some good information. But yeah, I want to know, hear from you guys. So I definitely will be looking as we get towards the end of this book to see if this is the type of thing that you guys like. Do y'all want something different? You know what I'm saying? Just kind of see where you guys are at. But I do want to thank you guys for coming through. I really, really do appreciate it. Steve, thank you, good sir, for coming through and holding it down like always. You know what I'm saying? Appreciate you. Oops, my claps went away. What the hell happened to my claps? There you go. Appreciate you, man, for coming through and doing your thing. You got anything you want to put on there?
I know I said this many times, but I will rewrite that script. It needs to be a way shorter. That's why I was saying keep it short, G. But you're hard headed, so
You know it. Yes, sir.
but yeah, I think this was I think both of these chapters was very good, and I like how he's reverting back to what he discussed in the beginning of the book in regards to the purpose, finding your purpose, but having a balance, in that purpose. That's pretty dope.
Yeah.
Because that's the way I live. You know what I'm saying? I used to get so hard up on when it comes to like my videos, like man, I'm putting all this editing time into this and this and that or whatever. My instructor saying is dope, but I ain't getting no views and stuff. I used to take a lot of stuff personal, but then it looked like when I stopped taking it personal and just let it flow, it just ride the wave, you know what I'm saying? And some things just took off, without me. Like I'll look up a month later, like, damn, when that shit, like, stuff pop off. So it's just like just applying myself and knowing that I'm doing my best and and to try to, trying to achieve better. That's my whole standpoint and just keep going from there. So I encourage everybody to do the same, whatever your purpose is, just do it better every day.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir, man. Um, yeah, I agree. So yeah, that is the end of the show. Thank you all again for coming through. I really, really do appreciate you guys. And for the great questions and the great point of views that you guys put on there. I don't think anybody's coming up. So we will go ahead and get up out of here. Let me see. You got anything coming up for the people to be on the lookout? I know we kind of talked about it in the beginning, but you got anything for them?
Not right now. Just trying to get this Texas move, under wraps. Walk through coming soon. Trying to, get this house here on the market so I can move elsewhere, so I can reside, become a Texan without being a Texan. You know what I'm saying? Just for the record, I'm putting it out there, to all the Dallas Cowboy fans. I will not be a Dallas Cowboy fan. Y'all don't have to worry about me coming. You know what I'm saying? Riding that 5 point stop. I'm a Bears fan for life, and in death. Hey, and the same thing goes for the Texans as well. I'll be a Texan, but I I won't go to y'all games unless y'all playing the best. I'm just keep it frank, keep it a
There
buck.
it is. Yes, sir. Before we get out of here, the next part, I think I forgot to tell y'all this last time, but the next thing we're going to be working on, we're moving into part 2, G. We're going to be moving into part 2, and it's going to be dealing with women. I don't know if that's the whole chapter or part 2 is going to be, but it looks like it could be. So we're going to get into that, and yeah, dealing with women. So yeah. All right, man. Until next time, man. I appreciate y'all coming through and thank you for spending the time with us. Hopefully we'll catch you next week. Hopefully. My daughter be having softball games and sometimes I can't make it and stuff like that because of the games, but hopefully I don't think it's anything in there. So hopefully we'll see you next week, man. Until next time, man. Y'all take it easy. Peace out. Yes, sir.